keep it moving now. Don't you see what I'm doing? Let's get it, 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 let's get it.
Over at Desert Hills, the Thunder hosted the Cedar Valley Aviators. Cedar Valley would start the game cruising on a big run up the middle. Later this drive, they would punch it into the end zone from 10 yards out. A little while later, the Aviators would extend their lead on this run. Things would get worse for the Thunder when Bo Hall would throw this interception that would be returned for a touchdown. First half proved to be Cedar Valley's. However, the Thunder came back out ready to play. Kona Crowell would get the Thunder on the board with this short touchdown run. And this will bring us to our Jones Paint and Glass big hit of the week. Titan Morris would take the handoff around the right side and find some daylight. Then he would lower his shoulder and lay the boom on the Cedar Valley defender. When you hear the crash, think Jones Paint and Glass. That run would set up a touchdown pass from Hall to Cyrus Polu to narrow the deficit. Then in the fourth quarter, Hall would take the direct snap and cross the goal line to tie the game up at 21 apiece. Cedar Valley would then find a little momentum and find a wide open receiver to retake the lead with 4 minutes left. The Thunder were unfazed and marched down the field. Then Morris would take the handoff and turn on the Jets for this 29-yard rushing touchdown to send this game into overtime. And this will bring us to our Advanced Mobile Play of the Week. The Thunder's defense would come up big with this big hit and knock the ball loose and recover the loose ball. Then the game would rest on the shoulders of Tristan John, who would nail his kick between the uprights to give Desert Hills the win. The final score, Desert Hills 31, Cedar Valley 28. Over at Dixie, the Flyers took on the Riverton Silverwolves. The Flyers got going on their second possession on this pass from Jalen Schultz to Jeffrey Christian. This big pass from Schultz to David Barshey took the ball into the red zone. Then Christian capped the drive off with this touchdown. Riverton then answered with this run to set up a field goal. And then scored again on this touchdown run. Dixie was called for pass interference on this last play of the first half, setting up a field goal that made it 13-7 Silverwolves. In the second half, Dixie's defense would shut down Riverton, holding them to 0 points and putting up 10 of their own. The final score, Dixie 17, Riverton 13. Over at Crimson Cliffs, the Mustangs took on the Spanish Fork Dons. It was all about defense as the Mustangs smothered Spanish Fork. After Tyler West took the second half kickoff, 88 yards for a Mustang score. Crimson Cliffs let its defense take over and secure the win. Here's Mustang safety Jay Sweden lowering the boom on one of the Dons. Quarterback Steele Don found Owen Peterson on this touchdown pass to put away the visitors from Spanish Fork. The final score, Crimson Cliffs 35, Spanish Fork 7. Up in Cedar, the Reds took on the Juab Wasps. Cedar scored on its opening drive of the game, which ended on a 2-yard touchdown run by Matthew Villarreal. However, Juab answered immediately thanks to a 96-yard kickoff return by Gunnar Nielsen that made it 7-7 with just 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Cedar quarterback Coden Lunt found receiver Ammon York for a nice gain to the Juab 9-yard line. Then Traden Elliott then ran the ball into the end zone on the very next play, putting the Reds back on top 14-7. The Wasps would then get a field goal and then a touchdown a little while later after a blocked punt, as they added 2 more touchdowns on a 30-yard touchdown pass. The final score, Juab 37, Cedar 20. Snow Canyon would travel to Arborview to take on the Aggies, but would fall short. The final score, Arborview 7, Snow Canyon 0. Then Hurricane traveled to Moapa Valley to take on the Pirates. The final score in this one, Moapa Valley 26, Hurricane 22. The Region 10 recap is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Infinity Title, Jones Paint and Glass, State Bank of Southern Utah, The Rally Stop, Nets on Fire, Advanced Mobile IV, and Intermountain Sports Performance. For St. George News, I'm Aaron Crane.